This is a continuation of the review of the Battle of District 15, whereby 3 new launches will be launching around the same area, and today we are reviewing the only freehold launch among the 3, which is the Continuum. Now stay on to the end of this video to find out why our score for the Continuum is actually slightly lesser than Tembusu Grand. Let's go. Now before we move on, as usual, we'll be basing our review on these 5 factors: location and accessibility, development quality and facilities, competitive pricing, rental yield, and stack selection. So let's move on to the first point. So first up, location and connectivity. Now most of it has been covered in the Tembusu Grand review that we did earlier, but we'll go through it in general summary on some parts that are a little bit different from Tembusu Grand. Now if we look at the Continuum, it is along Thiam Siew Avenue here, okay? The closest MRT, instead of Tanjong Katong MRT station, which is still building, the closest MRT is actually Dakota MRT here, right? It will be less than 10 minutes walk away to Dakota MRT. Now here are some of the things that Tembusu Grand and the Continuum share in terms of its locality. Now District 15 is a highly sought after area in Singapore for its locality, its culture in the area, all the amenities in the area, and also because it's so close to East Coast Park at the bottom, right? And also if you are looking at amenities in the area, similar to Tembusu Grand, you'll get to enjoy all these shop houses along Tanjong Katong Road, okay? You have Marine Parade Food Centre here. You have Old Airport Road Food Centre and Market here as well, okay? And if you want to look at malls and shopping centres around the area, just a short 10 minutes walk will get you to Kinex Mall, City Plaza, and also PLQ Mall, which is a very new mall in Paya Lebar area. Now this PLQ Mall is also connected to Paya Lebar MRT station as well. So if you are talking about connectivity in terms of MRT wise, it's a short 2 bus stops away from Tanjong Katong MRT, which will be built along the Thomson East Coast Line, and a short 10 minutes away to Circle Line here in Dakota. And also if you are at Paya Lebar, alright, this is an interchange to the East-West Line. So it's very, very convenient in terms of transport also. Now within a short drive or a short cycle down this way, okay, you will get to Singapore Sports Hub. Alright, you have Kallang Wave Mall there, you have Kallang Leisure Park there, you have Indoor Stadium there, you have OCBC Arena as well. And a short drive downwards towards the Tanjong Katong Marine Parade area, you will get Parkway Parade as well. In terms of driving, you are very near to PIE, KPE, ECP, and it's also linked to the MCE also. All these orange color lines are all the expressways, which is within minutes drive away. And if you're talking about schools in the area, now primary schools wise, you have Haig Girls School here, you have Tanjong Katong Primary School here within a kilometer, and the most famous school in District 15 is Kong Hwa School. So all these 3 schools are within 1 kilometer of the Continuum. If you're talking about secondary school onwards, Chung Cheng High School is here, and further down you have Dunman High School. Now talking about transformations, we have went through in-depth analysis in Tembusu Grand review and also Live at MB review, so we'll go through a short summary instead for this. You have the Kallang River Master Plan, which will introduce a ton of sports facilities, the new sports hub along the Kallang River area. And you'll also have the East Coast Sustainability and Greenery Plan, which will see a 15 kilometers green corridor that will connect the ECP to Changi Beach Park. As well as the Marine Parade area will actually see a great boost in terms of its value when Paya Lebar Air Base actually moves out, because you'll have a lifting of height restrictions, which will definitely benefit the houses and the residential areas around District 15. So to keep this short, because we have gone through all this analysis in the Tembusu Grand review, in summary, because although all these transformations are not at the level of like a greater southern waterfront kind of transformation, but they are definitely enough to further enhance the attractiveness of the District 15 locality. And because the Continuum is at quite a central area in between all these different transformations and amenities in the area, the location score that I'll give to the Continuum is 4/5. So now for development quality and facilities. Now the Continuum, right, is 816 units large. Car park provision is 816 lots plus 10 accessible lots, including 10 EV lots, right? It's 2 full stories of car park lots, 1-to-1. And they're actually aiming to get the Green Mark Platinum super low energy, which if you remember our Tembusu Grand review, they are also trying to get that as well. So if they do get that, it will definitely add to the attractiveness of this project. There are a total of 6 towers of blocks, 17 and 18 stories high, okay? And there's a conservation bungalow on the north side of the project. And what do I mean by the north side? There's a north side and a south side. I'll go through that a little bit later. And there is actually an overhead bridge, a skywalk bridge, connecting the northern side and the southern side. So this will be very, very special and iconic in the future as well. The Continuum is actually a joint venture between Hoi Hub Realty and also Sunway Group. Now, Hoi Hub Realty is a very experienced developer in Singapore with 40 years of experience. And also, they have built a lot of different types of properties, including private residential, condominiums, landed housing, cluster housing, ECs, and also mixed-use commercial developments. While Sunway Group is a developer from Malaysia, they have worked together before to build 2 other projects in Singapore before, and I'll show that to you in a little bit. But if you look at the past few years for Hoi Hub, you can see that ever since 2016, all the projects that they have built have achieved the Conquest Star, which is the highest grade for quality in a project. In fact, I was saying earlier on that Sunway and Hoi Hub have done a joint venture before. They have these 2 projects called Sophia Hills and River Cove Residences. Both have gotten Conquest Star as well. So this bodes well for the Continuum's quality also. Now let's talk about the project itself. If you can see from the site plan here, you can see that there is a northern side for this project and the southern side of this project. And in between is Thiam Siew Avenue. This road cuts in between the entire project, which is a really special type of project because we haven't seen a condo that has a road through the entire project, which gives an opportunity for the developer to really get creative with its architecture and its landscaping as well. Now, what's connecting these 2 projects together, or these 2 sites together, is this bridge here. Right? This is a sky bridge that will connect the northern side to the southern side clubhouse. Okay, so just by its architecture alone and the fact that you have 2 different sites connected by a sky bridge that is in one project makes it a very iconic kind of condo in the future. People that drive past Thiam Siew Avenue in the future will definitely notice this project because it is that special. So now talking about the facilities. Now, because they are separated into the northern side and the southern side of the project, you basically get 2 of everything. 2 sets of pools, 2 gyms, 2 clubhouses. You even get, you can see here, 2 arrival zones. So you can enter the project from 2 different sides of the project and you get 2 separate security guard houses. Right? At the top here on the northern side, let's go through that first. You get the play zone, of course, this is the playground area. You also get this garden zone. Wellness zone is of course the pool area. This is actually a 33-meter lap pool, right? And you get this heritage zone. Now this heritage zone is pretty special because as we all know, Thiam Siew Avenue used to be a landed area, right? So they are actually conserving one of the bungalows there to form the clubhouse. Now, the way this clubhouse looks right now, it actually looks like an embassy type of clubhouse. Right? So as you walk in, you will get this arrival courtyard into this bungalow area, which this bungalow area will house several of their clubhouse facilities. You also get this a garden zone, and at the end here you get a fitness zone whereby there's like a wake pool, a small lazy pool as well. At the bottom here on the southern side, same thing, you get this playground area here, play zone, all right? You get a garden zone as well. You get a lake pool zone. Now this is a 50-meter slab pool, right? For those people who are serious swimmers. And then you got this river pool zone. for people who want to just, laze around in the pool. Same thing, right? Garden zone as well, and its own arrival zone on the southern side also. But what's most special about this project, like I said earlier on, is this overhead walkway or this bridge that connects the southern side in terms of its clubhouse all the way down to the first floor facilities area of the northern zone. And within this bridge here, you'll get all these resting pods. You get a nice view of the entire project and also the road along Thiam Siew Avenue. So this will be quite a special bridge that is not like your typical overhead, pedestrian bridges. And you see here, you get several areas with barbecue pavilions. You get this area with barbecue, clubhouse area with barbecue. This area has barbecue as well. The heritage zone, in fact, it has a library, it has a club room, it has a front courtyard, BBQ pavilion, toilets as well, right? Now, other than the first level facilities, you also get facilities at the roof terrace area. So if you want a grill deck, resting lounges, jacuzzis, on the northern side roof terrace and the southern side terrace, you have very similar things, fitness corners as well. So other than that, you can enjoy facilities at the top level, which will give you an unparalleled view of pocket sea views as well as city views. In terms of provisions, right, white goods, we know that these two brands are both Swiss brands, and Samsung we all know is good quality brand as well. For your bathroom sanitary fittings, we know that these are good brands as well. So in terms of provisions, they are also giving good quality provisions. In conclusion, because Hoi Hub and Sunway Group JVs have traditionally gotten a conquest star for their projects, and because the architecture and landscaping alone is so special for this project, which no other projects have seen before, I'll give it a high score of 4.5 over 5. Oh, wait. Before I continue, remember to hit the subscribe button. Go hit the subscribe button, it will help our channel a lot. Click already? Okay, great. Let's get to the next point. Next, let's talk about competitive pricing. Now, if you look at the land bid and land sales of Thiam Siew Avenue, which is where the Continuum is, you'll see that the break-even price for this project is at 2,300 per square foot per plot ratio. Now, if you were to give it a 20 to 30% profit margin, it will likely be launching between 2,700 to 3,000 per square foot. So how does that compare with the competitors in the area? Again, same as Tembusu Grand, will be comparing it mainly with Neon, Mayor House and Amber 45 first. And if you look, Neon 45 is between 2004 to 2007 per square feet. Mayor House is between 2005 to 2008 per square feet. And Amber 45 is for the recent transactions between 2004 to 2006 per square feet. I would say 2005 to 2006 per square feet. So if you look at the Continuum, they are slated to TOP around 2027, which is very similar to Tembusu Grand. So if our estimation of the launch price is between 2,700 to 3,000, we are looking at a 200 to 300 per square feet premium over the rest of the projects that we just mentioned, which is a very fair and reasonable amount considering it will be much younger. It will be 5 to 7 years younger than these other projects. So as of right now, if you're talking about just freehold projects of Neon, Mayor House and Amber 45, the Continuum pricing seems fair as compared to them, especially if you compare to Coastline Residences, which has already reached 3,100 per square foot in terms of its price. Comparing to this, the Continuum seems like quite a steal. However, same thing as Tembusu Grand, some may argue that Neon, Mayor House and Amber 45 are all smaller projects, below 200 units, so it's not a very fair comparison. So let's compare with bigger projects in the area. Live at MB, if you remember, we were looking at the pricing between 2004 to as high as 2009 per square feet. So considering that the Continuum is again a newer project, all right, it is arguably in a more desirable location in District 15 than Live at MB, and also it is a freehold project. The price tag of 2,700 to 3,000 does look attractive because it is only just an 8 to 12% premium above Live at MB. But also, as mentioned in Tembusu Grand, there is another project that honestly I believe is the best project in District 15 now, which is Amber Park. Okay, Amber Park, the pricing is at present around 2004 to 2008 per square feet, right? This is a pricing that I think with just a 3 to 4 years difference makes Amber Park much more attractive because it is in a even more desirable location in District 15 than even the Continuum. But however, for Amber Park, if your budget is below 5 million, you can't find any developer units there nowadays. So without Amber Park in the way, the Continuum might seem like the next best freehold property to go for. Also considering that District 15, generally if you look at the bigger projects, they have done much better in terms of their price appreciation as compared to the smaller projects. The Continuum also looks very attractive because it is more than 800 units large, right? It's even bigger than Tembusu Grand, which has 638 units. So in terms of its size and its facilities, it's definitely more attractive as well as a project. So why is a bigger project more attractive? If you have seen our Tembusu Grand review, it explains further on that as well. So please do go and look at that review as well because we are comparing these two projects as well. Now talking about Tembusu Grand, let's compare the new launches. Like I said, there will be a battle of District 15 with 3 new launches in the area. Let's compare the prices for these 3 new launches. Now Tembusu Grand, latest news, it is launching at 2004 to 2006 per square foot, attractive pricing. Diamond Grand or Grand Diamond, right, is going to be at 2120 per square foot break even. Let me show you the land pricing. If you look at Diamond Grand, their break even pricing is at 2120 per square feet per plot ratio. So if you give them a 20 to 25% profit margin, they are likely going to be launching at 2005 to 2008 per square feet. So let's compare one by one. Tembusu Grand will actually be the cheapest launch there right now, but it is 99-year leasehold. Continuum is a freehold. So this price difference between Tembusu Grand and the Continuum will be 10 to 15% premium, which definitely makes sense for a freehold property. Okay, Diamond Grand has all the locational attributes of the Continuum, except that it is closer to Dakota MRT station. So although the price difference is only about 100 to 200 per square foot, which in essence will make the Continuum more attractive because it's freehold property, but we can justify the proximity to MRT station for the slight premium of Diamond Grand. Most importantly, all these 3 projects will be supporting each other's pricing and they will be pushing each other's pricing higher over time. Especially because all 3 projects are big projects, so there will be more transactions inside the area, which will definitely help in capital appreciation in the future as well. So if you ask me, there's no real clear winner here among these 3 projects. Although if you look at freehold big projects in District 15, the Continuum will be setting the record high in the area. So that alone, I will have to minus a bit of its score. In summary, we find the pricing for all 3 projects to be fair market value, even with Amber Park being the clear winner here in District 15. But because the Continuum is going to be setting a record high there for freehold big projects, my score for the Continuum pricing is 3/5. Now next for rental yield. Now if you're talking about rental yield, same as Tembusu Grand, I'm going to be using Neon and Amber 45 because they have already been transacted rentals there. We're going to be using the 2-bedders there. If you look at Neon, the transacted 2-bedders are from 5,000 to about 5,006 in terms of its monthly rental. Amber 45 wise, you're looking at 4,000 to as high as 5,005. Now if you are using these rental prices for the Continuum 2-bedder will likely be between 1.8 million to 2.1 million. So using this buying price and these rental prices, we are looking at a rental yield of between 2.7 to 3.2%, which is okay, not bad. So I'll give it a score of 3/5. Lastly, for stack selection. Now for those who are new here, we base our stack selection based on these factors. Okay. So here are our ideal stacks, our average stacks, and our not so ideal stacks. Now what are we basing it off on? We are basing it off mainly whether you have a blocked view because of the surrounding projects around the area, whether you're facing West Sun, and whether you're facing facilities. In terms of facilities facing units, definitely there will be a slight premium to it. So for the score of stack selection, we are giving it 4.5/5. So collating all the various scores from the various segments and averaging them out, we have a total score of 3.8 over 5, which is a very good score for the Continuum. So this is not the end of the battle of District 15. We have one last project to go through, which is Grand Diamond. So when we get the information for this, we'll quickly do up a real review for you guys. What other projects do you want us to review? Leave it down in the comment section below. And as usual, please like the video, share the video, and most importantly, subscribe to the channel for more real estate content. We'll see you in the next real review. Bye!